Ms. Pearson, is it going?
Yep.
Awesome. The numbers going, Ms. Silver?
Yeah.
Sweet. Folks, there's a Mr. Henderson here to see you. Mr. Henderson, please see yourself in. Make yourself comfortable. Thank you.
Hey guys.
How's it going? Tyler Frank.
Parker Henderson.
Alan Bellich.
Parker Henderson.
Sydney's over here.
We talked on the phone?
Yes, we did.
We did. Good to finally meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Coach. You're the head coach?
I am.
10-0.
Sir,
It's quite the season you have going on.
it's been a good run so far.
That's great. That's good. Glad to be here. You guys are really well known, really pristine programs here. And honestly, it's great to be here. And thanks for having me. So obviously in football, there's a lot of safety hazards, a lot of head injuries, and a lot of things I think that can be prevented with one of our products here. So this is just for you to kind of follow along with what I have to show you. So basically what I have here is protective cap that is meant for you to have your players wear during practice, okay? Because it's a dangerous game as it is, and we want to limit the amount of high contact during practice. We can have that during games, whatever happens, happens, but if we limit the amount of injuries during practices, we can keep players healthy, keep good players healthy, win more games, okay? That's the main goal. Okay, a couple points we have here about this. This is real simple. This is one size fits all, okay? It has 4 elastic buttons that go around the helmet. It goes on any helmet, any model, any size, okay? This is, a 4th grader could put it on, okay? And, it reduces the force of blunt trauma tremendously. So it's insulating, and it reduces the temperature inside the helmet 15 to 20 degrees, so players will appreciate that during summer camp, guaranteed, 100%. It preserves your guys' helmets, no paint chips, no deep scratches. You guys can save money on repainting, refurbishing helmets annually. It's soft and pliable and reduces G-force up to 33%. G-force is basically okay, we're gonna skip that. So a study at Boston College by a professor in neuroscience had found that 87% of 111 deceased football players had some form of CTE. Now this is huge. It's linked to suicidal behavior, dementia, decline in memory, and decline in executive function and mood. It's not new news that football is bad for the head, so we're trying to limit this here. We're selling these caps individually for $25.99, but obviously you guys are an entire football team. We can definitely cut deals, figure out something. What kinds of things are we dealing with here?
Well, how many players we got, Coach? We have at least around 40 to 50 players at least.
40 to 50 players. You guys have a lacrosse team?
Yes, we do.
Men's and women's?
Yes.
Okay. Well, good, because these also go on lacrosse helmets.
Good.
So,
It's also looking out for other players within our sporting programs as well. So
yeah.
Maybe we could work out a bulk deal here.
Yeah. The main goal is we're keeping players healthy, keeping them safe, and reducing this head trauma. So, obviously you're doing a great job. Risk management calling me up. So.
Yeah, as long as you can guarantee that it reduces the G-force up to 33%.
Yeah. No. That's factual, and. The reason, I've been here for 7 years, and I'm selling these for a reason, because I truly think that this is something important. Like, this isn't something you just buy. It definitely gets its usefulness. I think it's probably worth more than the actual price.
So I understand that this is like a very important thing, but have you been to any practices from teams that you previously sold to?
Yes.
See how they're all doing? Have you noticed any less injuries?
Well, the first thing, every coach and every player will tell you that it's very quiet. Practices are a lot quieter, and there's no loud cracks with helmets. There's no concussions. There's no concussions during practice. There's no really big head injuries. The cap itself, it moves independently from. If it gets hit, it moves independently from the helmet. So it's not, if someone grabs it, they're not going to drag you. They're going to pull off the cap. So it fits well, fits snug. Only good things. Syracuse, they love it. So yeah. So you said 40 to 50 players?
Yes.
Plus, I'm assuming another maybe 60 on the practice squad.
Yeah, we have a good practice squad going. So me being a coach for 30 plus years, I'm all about the safety. So with these helmets, I feel like I've heard a lot of good things about it so far.
Mm-hmm.
Like even I've talked to other previous schools, and I know that they are enjoying it. Their players are enjoying it. It's very comfortable for them, and I've seen a lot of a decline in injuries. So I feel pretty good about this.
They're great. And lacrosse.
Yeah.
Anything? Are you looking to?
We could probably expand to it.
Yeah, maybe talk to your lacrosse coach or something.
We'll talk to the lacrosse coach, but let's first get this football situation taken care of. Then we might be able to, call me back a little bit later, give it about a season or two to see how we all feel about this, and then call me back, and we'll probably make another deal if all goes successful.
Okay. So, like I said, they're priced at $25.99. So, 110, 120 football players total. We could cut the price down to $21.99 per cap.
So we're looking at about a couple $1,000.
Yeah, $2,000, $2,500, roughly around there. So yeah,
it's reasonable. We can cover that cost. No problem.
You guys are interested?
You're interested, coach, because this is primarily your situation.
I'm all for the players being safe, so if this is a way to figure something out, then I'm all for it.
All right.
If he says what he wants, I'll have it. I'll let him have it. But keep in mind, I will think about it. If we have less injuries throughout the next 1 to 2 years, I'll definitely think about it for that lacrosse program.
Okay. All right. Cool. So do you want to just sign right here?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you guys so much for your business. Give it 2 weeks. 2 weeks they should be in. All right? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a great one.
Thank you.
Mr. Henderson, before I hear from Mr. Welton, tell us again the pricing structure of these bad boys.
$25.99.
$25.99.
Yeah.
But he reduced it to 21.
Yeah.
Oh, 21.99.
Yeah. Buying wholesale.
How long do they last? They're $20 bucks. I buy $20 things. And
Probably like 7, 8 years. For sure.
Are you talking about the little green?
Yeah.
7, 8 years. I think the
Here.
last about 7, 8 weeks.
It's a
Are you talking about those fat things that go over there?
they're padded caps that go over. I was gonna bring. Huh?
They cost $20. Nothing costs $20. What,
25, 26.
$26?
Probably.
It would have helped if you had one with you.
You would like.
I was gonna throw it up on a slideshow, but I didn't know.
We had access to these. I should mention that. I haven't done right by you guys. If you wanted to use a slideshow, we could do it. But
No, it's actually a really useful piece of equipment.
yeah, it does. I'm just surprised it's so cheap. Anyway, thank you, Mr. Welton. What do you think about Mr. Henderson's presentation?
It was very informative on the fact that it started off a little slow, but then once you started to pick up a little bit on the benefits of, you can't put a price on life. You know what I mean? So that's obviously a necessity in football. The only constructive thing I'd say is it was sort of monotone, so maybe some more enthusiasm towards it, but it's obviously a need that football teams probably should have it.
Thank you, Mr. Welton. Mr. Sutton, thoughts?
I feel like you did well and you knew everything you were talking about. You're just a little nervous.
Okay, fair enough. Ms. Crawford, thoughts?
I agree with both of them, but at the beginning, I noticed that they were kind of just sitting back and not like they were paying attention, but you weren't drawing them in a little bit. So I think definitely that a little bit more enthusiasm in a real sale would have helped a little bit.
Thank you. And Ms. Kerner, thoughts?
I like how you came in and like talked about the season with the coach, and then I like how you stressed safety as a big thing that you were selling.
Yeah, Mr. Henderson, given the way that you set this up, that there was a sale to Notre Dame, you have the ability, I mean, given Notre Dame's history in sports and football in particular, you have the ability early on to really establish some really, a lot of contact, because there's so many data points that you can touch on. You can tell about your own personal experience, maybe going to Notre Dame again once you were a kid, what it meant to you and so forth. And what an honor it is for you to be there. You can tell them about your own history in sports. I mean, you can tell them, basically anything. But these folks, they want to help you. The typical, our nature as human beings is that other people want to connect with you. So don't undersell that part early on. I'm telling that to you, but I'm really saying that to everybody else. Don't really undersell that part. What else I want to mention to you is that it felt to me like you were giving them a lot of proof providers, and by proof providers, I'm talking about like those third-party studies that you were citing to these guys. How you want to use a third-party study is that basically you wait for them to tell you, like, well, can you tell us a little bit more about, we're concerned about our players too, and I'm sure you are. Tell us a little bit more about what this particular product is going to mean to it. And then you use, once you have them on the hook, let them tell you that they want to have no more information, and then you drop that information. You just don't give it to them. That will force them into like a feeling like like you're making a case. If this presentation was like football, then you would be playing like a prevent defense, right? In other words, it would be like you're just like you're willing to concede little points, but you just don't want them to have to blow a hole in the middle of your defense. You're just going to play a prevent. I'm saying stay in the 3-4, and continue to play them straight up. And I think just allow them to make a move and ask about whether or not this is the right thing for them, and then you hit them with that information that you had. But great job, man. I can tell that you were really into this. I just think that also one more thing I wanted to mention was that your ability to use body language. I think that you can do a lot more with it. When you are able to draw them in, and you have a lot of excitement for it. Leverage your body in such a way that you're actually able to draw them in more. When you lean in more a little bit and try to make extensions to the other side of the table, they will want to do it as well. So I think that's going to work for you as well.
He did lean back though too.
That's true. Yeah.
Offered them up to have any questions. He sat back.
Good point. That was well done. I guess what I'm saying is make the overture a little bit more when you lean in to try and really reach across the table a little bit more. I think it would really help out for you. Those of you, thank you very much, guys. Let's see here.